Welcome to The Gripe with your hosts, Stitch Mainville and Rick Garrett. Every generation has something they swear used to be simpler. For some, it's music. For others, it's school. And for a lot of us, it was the news. There was a time when you didn't wonder who was trying to convince you of something. You just watched, listened, and felt informed. Somewhere along the way, that changed. And now, understanding what's happening sometimes takes more work than just living through it. On this episode, two friends start by talking about the news and end up talking about why nobody seems to see the world the same anymore. This is The Gripe.
I was going to say, just say it.
Yeah.
Social media screwed everything up.
Yeah, it's.
As far as I'm concerned, it did.
I miss the days when you could turn on the local news and you would see local stories. You know,
Yeah.
we had a restaurant called Hot Dog Charlie's, and when we turned the news on, let's say Hot Dog Charlie's had a fire, that would be the top of the news.
Exactly.
Not what's going on in Chicago. Not what's going on in Los Angeles.
Do you remember back in the days when all you could get was local news and they never said anything about what was happening there around the world?
Yes, I do. It was before they came out with that newspaper called USA Today.
USA Today. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
The only
You're
world
right.
news we got to see was with Walter Cronkite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. Oh, I remember Walter. Heck yeah.
6 o'clock after dinner was done,
Yep.
the TV trays folded up, click, 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 CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite. And that's when we knew about what was happening in Libya.
Yeah.
That's when we knew, what was happening over in China.
And that was big news back then because we never got to see
Because
it.
that was the
we
rest
didn't know
of
what
the
hell.
world.
Yeah, the rest of the world.
Yeah. And every once in a while, like let's, what was it, that one thing that came out that was all over every news station? Patty Hearst.
Yeah.
I think Gerald Ford was in office. I'm not sure.
I think so.
But that's when we need to know about what's going on outside of our own cities and towns.
Yeah.
Something like that was important. But like a school fight in Chicago, I don't need to know about that. Why is that popping up on my fucking social media feed?
Yeah, right.
Why do I need to know about that on the news? I don't. That's the problem with social media.
Yeah, and our local news is supposed to report what's going on locally.
Yeah.
That's why it's our local news.
Pittsburgh, PA,
Yeah, that's
KDKA.
it.
I want to know what's happening in Pittsburgh.
Exactly. Anything outside of that, let that other town do it.
And when
Let
I'm
them do
when
it.
I'm living in Albany, WTEN Channel 10 ABC
And WTRY.
and WT. But that's just it. Local radio, local television shows you your local news.
Exactly.
I don't think I've watched a minute of CNN since the Gulf War in 1990.
One thing about it, my mom them used to keep it on MSNBC, CNN, shit. Her and my aunt in West Virginia. Whenever my mom went to West Virginia with me, they'd sit up all night, man, with watching CNN and MSNBC all night long. You know what I mean? Till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they go to bed.
Let me tell you what that's like for me.
doing?
Let's say I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, right? And I turn on the YES. It's called Yankee Entertainment System.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know
It's
nothing
an
about that. Okay.
You'd only know it in New York.
Oh, you know what though? No, it's on the list of
Yes.
channels, but I can't get it.
Yes, it's the Yankee Entertainment.
Oh, I didn't know.
So
that's
let's
what
say
it
I'm a
was.
Boston Red Sox fan,
Yeah.
and my only source of sports news is on YES.
Okay.
And I turn it on. Well, guess what I'm going to hear a lot of?
Yankees.
Yankees. So when you're watching MSNBC, what are you going to hear a lot of?
I don't.
The left liberal stuff.
Oh, see, I don't know nothing
That's
about all
all
that. That's what I don't
MSNBC is.
see. I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that because I don't watch that shit.
If you watch Fox News,
I don't watch none. I don't watch
I'm
none of
just
them
saying,
news channels.
if you watch
Okay.
Fox, you're going to get all of the right's MAGA shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
It balances, but I can't watch either one without going, wait a minute, what? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just so again, if I want, like, here's the thing: I'll watch our local news,
Right. That's all I want to watch.
and if a national story pops up and it gets my interest, I'll go to the internet and I'll start doing searches,
There you go.
and I'll find the actual story,
There you go.
and I'll notice that there are a lot now on the internet. There's a lot of political affiliated news networks, Yahoo News,
the Huffington Post.
I heard it.
They're all
Yep, I heard it.
They're all far on this side. So I'll read the full story, but then I'll dig a little deeper. And then I might find the Breitbart report or something like that. That's all far on this side. Okay. And I'll read that version. And I'll be like, all right, look, the truth is somewhere in the middle here. I was going straight to the AP, the Associated Press.
Yeah.
But they're just as corrupt now as ever. And they're
figures.
So it's difficult. I don't buy a thing the media says. I'll just investigate on my own.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. That's why I don't listen to news much. Like you said, I listen to the local news. Not once do I ever turn on the national news at all. Now, if my local news has something to tell me about nationally, I might hear what they have to say to a point. Mm-hmm. Then when they get into certain things or whatever, I'm turning your ass off.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's not worth the headache anymore.
No, it really isn't.
And I look around and I see what it's doing to people. It's making our young people insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is.
Funny thing about talking about the news, you can only do it for so long before you end up talking about politics. Because it used to be the information shaped opinions. Now it feels like opinions decide what counts as information. And that's where this conversation turns.
It seems like nowadays, though, people live in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at what's going on in Minneapolis with the fucking riots and shit. Have you been watching that on the news?
I've seen it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so to me, this was protest because we grew up in the 60s. So we seen what protest was.
Yeah,
hippies walking around with fucking beads and flowers and signs. You go, no more war. That was a protest, all right? This shit where they're starting fires and taking over city blocks and blocking traffic and interfering with cops, that's not peaceful protest.
No, it really is not. You can't do that. There are limits to what you can do and what you should do or whatever. If you're a peaceful protest, you just stand out there, hold your signs, and start yelling.
Well, it's not something that I talk about openly because here's where I consider myself. Right today, in this day and age, we have people who they consider themselves leftists. They'll come out and say, I'm a liberal. I'm a progressive liberal. All right. Then you have other people who go, well, I'm MAGA. I believe in this, and Donald Trump is a god to me, and blah blah blah. I'm a right wing conservative MAGA,
mm-hmm.
and I stand here in the middle, and I go, "You're fucking nuts," and you're fucking nuts. But
that makes you an independent,
and that's how I'm voted.
Right.
But there are things that the liberals do that I agree with. I agree with certain things.
So you agree with certain things on both sides, then?
Just like I just explained here. Like what the conservatives are doing for immigration. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because when I go to bed at night, I lock my door.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I don't want no one coming in.
Hell no.
Well, we as a country, we need to lock our doors. We don't need people coming in and hurting our family.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't want my voter registration to have a D on it or an R on it. I want that I because I think for myself.
I used to be independent.
It used to be
time ago.
I is for independent, but for me, I is for I am gonna make my own thoughts.
There you go. There you go.
I watch people on Facebook, man, throwing their views out there. It doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, nothing in this world makes sense anymore. Trust me.
Social
not
media.
To me.
Did you ever think it was important to be either a Democrat or Republican when you were younger?
When I was younger, yeah, because that's the way I was brought up. Yeah, I mean, my mom and them, they instilled it in you. You're a Democrat, okay? So,
why?
I guess we were made to think that was the right way to go. I mean, honestly, because we never really talked politics or nothing in my household, I never really understood. I was a dummy. All I knew was I'm a Democrat.
You're just ignorant to it.
Ignorant
that's
to
all.
it. There you go.
Because it's not anything you cared about or knew about.
Exactly. Now, that's what you put it. Yeah, and I still don't know much about it. I'm learning more and more about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have been over the past 20 years or so like that. I pay attention more than I ever have. But I told you, Ronald Reagan's second term, I voted for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Because I felt that he built a strong army and everything, and wasn't nobody ever going to come and invade us and shit.
Because I was in the military and I was.
Were you in there on his second term?
I was in there for his first and second. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Right.
So yeah, he was there when I was in boot camp, and he was there right through my first two hitches in the military.
Okay. Well,
and because he was building the Navy up and he was making us a bigger thing, I was like, yeah,
that's
bring
the
it on.
only reason why I changed my mind on that one. You know what I mean? And I haven't voted. Honestly, I'll be truthful with you. I haven't voted Republican since then. And I was in college when I did that.
When I was a kid, they never talked parties. Okay? Like, I don't remember I couldn't tell you if one of my uncles was a Democrat or Republican.
Right.
Because no one ever said I'm a Democrat or Republican or I'm liberal or conservative. That topic never came up. But I do remember this. I remember one time, it was when Gerald Ford was in office, and I can't remember what it was, but my uncle was talking about something that he approved of that Ford was doing, and my other uncle was like, and they were having a discussion back and forth, one saying yes and no, the other one saying no and yes. But at the end, it was like, all right, man, well, hey, let's just agree to disagree.
Right.
And that's all it ever was. That's all it ever was.
Right.
But today, you can't do that. Today, people wear that D on their freaking shirt like a superhero or a badge of honor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican. And I just like, I think I've said this to you before. To me, being in a party seems like being a fan of baseball. Okay?
Yeah.
If we're Pirates fans. If you're a Pirates fan, you love your Pirates.
Yeah, exactly.
But if your Pirates suck and they're in last place and they never make the playoffs, guess what? You're still a Pirates fan, aren't you?
You're still a Pirates fan. You just don't like what's going on.
That's the problem I see with these parties, okay? If you're a liberal and you see the mess that Joe Biden did last time, dude, he let all of them illegals just cross over the border. He had our taxes way up. We were paying $6 for a fucking dozen of eggs. If you see that happening, but you go, you know what? I'm in this. I'm a fan of this team. I'm sticking with it. That's a problem for me. So for me to not be in either party, for me to not be a fan of either team, I can go, okay, well, you know what? You guys are freaking me out. I'm going to lean more over this way now.
Yeah, until you hear what they're going.
And then I watch these guys, and when I see these guys do something, I'm like, whoa. And now I'm leaning back this way.
Then you got to weigh the differences.
That's just it.
You know what I mean? You got to figure out who's going to benefit you more.
And guess what that's called?
What?
Critical thinking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And nobody does critical thinking anymore.
No.
Because in critical thinking, you would hear one opposing view and another opposing view. And in your mind, you'd go, and you would make up your own mind.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whether
I
you
do know that.
agreed with that or a little bit of each.
Right.
That was your decision. Today, people don't have critical thinking.
They don't do
anymore.
that. No. Hell no.
If they did, we wouldn't have men dressing as women walking into ladies' bathrooms. Okay? Come on, man. That's common sense.
That's crazy, too.
I watched this video of this girl telling this guy, well, gender is fluid. What the fuck are you talking about? No, we don't know that. That's not science. You're making that up. You want me to believe that. Okay. And if I don't, you're going to call me a homophobe and now I look like a jerk. I'm not buying into that because you know why? I'm on my team. I'm not on their team that believes that. I'm not on their team that wants to get rid of that. I'm on my team that says I don't agree with that. That's all. And I just wish we could go back to a simpler time like that, where we all had critical thinking skills, where we all made up our own mind, where we didn't wear the D or the R on our chest like a badge of honor.
No.
Because today, man, it's just I seen this one video. As the video starts, she's looking at the camera and she's like, I got tickets to Disneyland. I'm going to surprise my kids. Then I'm taking them to Disneyland. And she goes walking in and you see the house as she's walking in and the kids are in the living room. And she goes, girls, I got some good news. Guess what? And these two little kids, this little 8-year-old girl and maybe a 5 or 6-year-old girl, they turn around and they go, Donald Trump died?
Oh, damn. Are you serious? Damn.
Dude, when we were 5 or 6 years old, did we even know who fucking Johnson was or that he died or anything?
No. Oh, nobody in no politics like that.
So the mom laughs. The mom goes, no, that's not it. And they go, J.D. Vance, did he die? You fucking kidding me, man.
Back in our days, if my dad would have came in there and said, hey, guess what? I got some good news for you. I said, I'd have been like, you got tickets to the Steeler game?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know?
These little kids were talking about a president being dead.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And
dude.
that all comes from the parents. Now.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Because they sit around.
Everything.
They sit around and they hear the parents trash. Now, guess what? That automatically puts those kids on that team, and that proves it right there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is true. I totally see what you mean. You're right. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be passed down like that. You know what I mean? And the thing about another thing too, kids aren't left to learn and make up their own minds these days either.
No, they're not, because they're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to. No, you do what I tell you.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to split that in half.
Okay.
Half aren't allowed to, because their parents want them to be a certain way. That's why all of a sudden today there's 20% more trans children than there were 40 years ago. All right. I think that number's weird. I think it's 120% more, because I don't think there was ever a trans kid 40 years ago.
Never seen it. They're starting a lot younger these days. How the hell do you know your 5-year-old is going to be a trans?
But see, that's just it. That's the parents. I think it's a form of Munchausen syndrome.
Oh, it might be.
I think the parent wants that attention.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at me. I have a trans child. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, it's like, yes, you do like dolls. Yes, you do like dresses. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. So now Billy is Wilhelmina.
Or opposite wise, the girl, they got a girl that likes dolls. No, you want this football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go outside and learn how to throw this football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it is forced. And why is it forced? It goes back to the number one evil. Social media. Yeah. Because now mom can get on social media and put a picture of her loving her trans child and being proud that she has a trans child. Whereas if you go back 40 years ago into the 80s and little Billy come walking out wearing a dress,
you're going to whip his ass.
Mom's going to drag him to the doctor. Doctor, there's something wrong with my son.
Yeah, she going to drag him to the doctor because he done got his ass whooped.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, shit. But anyway, go ahead.
No, you're right. But the thing is, I think social media has a lot to do with why there's such political outrage, why nobody is doing critical thinking, because social media is doing their thinking for them.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, there was a one where this girl was going around interviewing these protests and asking them, "What are you protesting?" This girl, she holds up this sign, something about nobody's illegal, but she spelled illegal wrong.
That's another thing. They don't know how to. Oh, so man.
She's like, well, it was fashion. It was the word fascism. She asked, what are you protesting? We're protesting fascism, and she spelled fascism.
Yeah.
The word on her sign was spelled fascism, and she goes, oh, well, what is fascism? It's well, I don't know, but I don't like it.
She didn't even know.
And the only reason she's there, the only reason she's saying it is because social media told her to.
Mm-hmm.
All the people that she looks at on social media, these people in the Grammys, these people in the Oscars, these people on all these award shows, this fucking Bad Bunny guy screaming "Ice Out," they're telling these kids what to believe.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't watch no award shows or nothing. I don't watch that shit.
I don't. And you know what?
I really don't.
To be honest, when the Super Bowl started, I got up and made some pizza rolls.
Mm-hmm. I watched the football game, but I don't do no halftime.
Exactly.
Shit. No, I never have. I haven't watched a halftime show since Janet Jackson showed her boob.
That's exactly what I said to someone.
No shit.
That was the last halftime show.
That was the last halftime show I seen. I don't give a fuck. I never did like a halftime show. Never. If I was at the game, I'd be out there at the concession stand drinking beer.
Exactly it, because that's what the halftime is for.
Yeah.
They turned it into this, and I know why they turned it into it. It generates money. That's it. Yeah. Do you remember when the halftime show used to be a marching band?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl.
Like they'd even bring college marching bands in there.
If you go back to
like
Super
USC
Bowl,
and shit like that.
If you go back to Super Bowl 10, 11, and 12, all these early Super Bowls, that's all they were. They were marching bands and commercials and then people talking about the game.
Yeah. Because remember, they would bring in, like I said, USC. Remember the Trojan band? Yep. They were bad. They used to bring them in because they were in the Rose Bowl parade and everything else like that. They bring bands in to just perform for you for a half hour.
Right.
Yeah. See that them bringing in them stars is a money maker.
That's all it was.
That's all. They want to generate money. That's all.
And when did that start? when they had Michael Jackson do the halftime.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's what's kicked off this whole stupid thing. And now it's not just a show. It's a way to voice political opinions.
Now, look, I admit, I'll watch the halftime show at the Super Bowl from now on if Justin Timberlake going to go up there and rip Janet Jackson's bra off and both her boobs fly out.
Wardrobe misfunction.
Oh,
Wardrobe
shit, I'll watch that now. Say, okay, halftime show's over. Let's go. Let's play football.
Yeah.
Maybe the biggest change isn't what we believe. It's how certain we've become that everyone else is wrong. We used to argue about ideas and then go back to living our lives together. Now, the arguments feel permanent. Like choosing a side means choosing a distance from each other. This episode wasn't about picking winners or losers. It was about remembering that thinking used to be something we did, not something that was done for us. And maybe the middle isn't gone. Maybe it's just quieter than the noise all around it. We'll pick it up again next time when you return to hear The Gripe.
This has been an MTC original podcast produced by Leo Mainville. Like, share, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star rating. And thank you for listening.
After all this noise and laughter, I'd like to leave you with something a little gentler. MTC Studio is home to more than just The Gripe. If you ever want to slow things down, you can join me on my other podcast, Yammerin' with Stitch Mainville. It's a quieter place. A place where we look back at the world before the internet, before the scroll, before everything got so loud. Just stories, memories, and the way things used to feel. Yammerin' is an MTC original, and you can find it on all your favorite podcast platforms. And if you'd like to see what else we're building, stop by our website at mtcstudiollc.com. That's all one word, mtcstudiollc.com. And thank you for being a part of our story.